Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tania from International Biology Education 2017. I would like to practice about excretory system with model problem-based learning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you? Fine, right? Yes. Who's absent today? No one? Oh, okay, thank you. Before we start, let's pray together. Finish. Okay, today we will discuss about excretory system. There are 7 learning goals in this lesson. Number 1, after discussion activities in class, students are expected to be able to identify the location and structure of excretory organs in humans through charts or images or torso. Number 2, after class discussion activities, students are expected to be able to describe the function of each excretion organ in humans. Number 3, after class discussion activities, students are expected to be able to analyze the work of the kidneys in the process of urine output through pictures or videos or torso. Number 4, after group observation activities, students are able to analyze problems regarding impaired kidney function. Number 5, during group learning, students are able to discuss abnormalities and diseases related to the excretion system in humans. Number 6, at the time of learning, students can conclude the results of data analysis about problems of kidney dysfunction. Number 7, after conducting a group discussion, students are able to present the results of an investigation regarding problems of impaired kidney function in front of the class. Okay, before we start, I want to ask, what is the difference in that pictures? Who knows? Oh, okay, Alif. Your turn.
Yes, miss. There is a difference in that picture. In the left side, that's a healthy kidney, and the right side, that's unhealthy kidney.
Great, Alif. Next, is there connection between one picture and another? Who knows? Oh, okay, maybe Intan.
Yes, miss. There is a relationship between one picture and another. If we don't maintain our lifestyle and diet, the kidneys will have impaired like picture in the right side.
Great, Intan. And then you must look the video about the importance of the kidneys.
Could you tell me, Professor, why is kidney health so important?
So the kidneys are really important organs. In fact, we would say the first and second most important organs in the body, of course, being kidney doctors. But they have many important functions. For example, they lead to water balance, they lead to excretion of waste products that are built up in daily metabolism. Without those functions, patients would start to feel ill. They would feel tired, they might feel itchy, off their food, they can have fluid building up in the system, making them short of breath or having ankle swelling, and eventually they can feel very, very sick and be sick. So having kidney failure is a condition that is associated with a lot of illness. The kidneys also have a really important interaction with other organ systems in the body, particularly the cardiovascular system, the heart and the blood vessels. And many of our kidney patients are at risk of developing early heart disease, which is a really big important area of research at the moment.
After you look the video, you know that kidneys are very important for our body. One of function of kidney is water balance. Try to imagine that you don't have our kidneys. Maybe your urinary system doesn't work well. So you have to maintain the health of your kidneys.
Now, what is the difference of the excretory system and excretion? If the excretory system is a passive biological system that removes excess, unnecessary materials from an organism, if excretion is the removal of metabolic waste from the body, including toxic chemicals, excess water, carbon dioxide, and salts. There are four functions. Number one, metabolic and toxic waste removal. Number two, collect water and filter body fluids. Number three, helps maintain homeostasis or stable internal state of the body. Number four, eradicates harmful chemical buildup. Metabolic wastes. If carbon dioxide, a byproduct of cellular respiration. If salts, a byproduct of neutralization. If urea, a byproduct of protein metabolism and deamination. If water, a byproduct of dehydration synthesis and respiration.
There are four excretory organs. Number one, lungs. Number two, liver. Number three, skin. And number four, urinary system. Number one, lungs. Lungs is a pair of cone-shaped, porous and spongy, located in the chest that are composed of bronchioles, alveoli, blood vessels, lymphatic, nerves, and elastic connective tissues. As an excretory organ, it releases carbon dioxide and some water vapor as a waste product through respiration. Number two, liver. The function is for deamination. Deamination is a process by which some proteins and other nitrogenous compounds are broken down in the liver. As a result, from deamination, urea is formed. Number 3. Skins. Skin secretes sweat, which is a mixture of three metabolic wastes. There are water, salts, and urea through the sweat glands. There are two types of sweat glands. Number 1, eccrine. Number 2, apocrine. Number 4, urinary system. Urinary system is a group of organs in the body concerned with filtering out excess fluid and other substances from the bloodstream. Urination or micturition is the act by which urine or a combination of salt, water, and urea is expelled from the urinary bladder. The function of urinary system are excretion of urine, maintains an appropriate fluid volume, regulates the concentration of various electrolytes in the body fluids, and maintains normal pH of the blood. There are four components of the urinary system. Number 1, kidneys. Number 2, ureters. Number 3, urinary bladder. And number 4, urethra. Next, kidneys. Kidneys are a pair of bean-shaped, reddish-brown organs about the size of your fist. The measure is 10 until 12 centimeters in length, 5 until 7 centimeters wide, and 2 until 5 centimeters thick. The function of kidneys are filter blood, process the filtrate to form urine, produce hormones and enzymes that regulate blood pressure and red blood cell production, and last, regulate blood pH. This is the anatomy of the kidney. There are cortex, medulla, renal pelvis, and calyx. There are three major regions. Number 1, renal cortex is the outer layer with lots and lots of neurons, the filtering layer. Number 2, renal medulla. This is the middle layer and the collecting layer and contains the renal pyramids. Number 3, renal pelvis. Renal pelvis is center of the kidney. It is the draining layer and connects with the ureters. Next, nephrons. Nephrons is the basic structural and functional unit of the kidney. Each nephron is made a cup-shaped portion called Bowman capsule, tubule, and network of capillaries. There are artery, vein, and capillary. How is urine formed? There are 3 major processes are involved in the formation of urine. Number 1, filtration. Number 2, reabsorption. And number 3, augmentation. Number 1, filtration. Filtration filters the blood to produce a filtrate. Number 2, reabsorption selectively reabsorbs needed water and essential solutes from the filtrate. Number 3, augmentation moves substances into the filtrate for removal as part of the urine. For more information about formation of urine, you can look at the video. There are 3 processes that are involved in the formation of urine. The first process is glomerular filtration, which is a separation of smaller substances in the plasma, such as glucose, amino acids, ions, and water from larger substances in the plasma, such as platelets, white blood, red blood cells, and proteins. The second process is tubular reabsorption. Tubular reabsorption is the movement of substances from the tubules of the neuron into the peritubular capillaries. And finally, the last process of urine formation is tubular secretion. Tubular secretion is the movement of substances from the peritubular capillaries into the tubules of the neuron. Glomerular filtration occurs at the renal corpuscle. Here, substances are delivered to the neuron via the afferent arteriole and into the glomerulus. Smaller substances easily diffuse across the membrane of Bowman's capsule, leaving behind larger substances in the glomerulus which eventually be moved into afferent arteriole. The smaller substances, Bowman capsule, now called the filtrate, and will move through the kidney. Tubules, depending on the body's needs, the substances can be reabsorbed or added to be eliminated as wastes. After Bowman's capsule, the filtrate moves into the proximal convoluted tubule. Taking a closer look at the proximal convoluted tubule, we see that substances such as water, glucose, amino acids, ions such as sodium and chloride are reabsorbed back into the body via the peritubular capillaries. From the proximal convoluted tubule, substances then move into this U-shaped structure called the loop of Henle, and there are 2 parts of the loop of Henle. There's the descending limb and the ascending limb. Then, taking a closer look at the descending limb loop of Henle, we notice that there is further tubular reabsorption of water, and in the ascending limb of the loop of Henle, we see further tubular reabsorption of sodium and chloride ions. After the loop of Henle, the remaining substances enter the distal convoluted tubules. In the distal convoluted tubules, we see the tubular secretion of ammonia, hydrogen ions, potassium ions, and drugs. And finally, after the distal convoluted tubules, the substance is now called urine. Urine enters the collecting duct, and at the collecting duct, we see the loss of tubular absorption of water, and this is where the dilution or the concentration of urine occurs once urine has been produced by the kidney and transported to the urinary bladder. It's now time for urine to be expelled from the body. Micturition is another term used for urination. The urinary bladder is composed of transitional epithelium and smooth muscle and embedded in the wall of the urinary bladder. Our sensory receptors or stretch receptors that are attached to the sensory neurons that will synapse at the spinal cord with motor neurons that will stimulate the contraction of the smooth muscle that line the bladder wall. When the bladder becomes descended because it is filling with urine, the stretch receptor within the walls of the bladder send an action potential down the sensory neuron, and then action potential will carry on to the motor neuron, causing the smooth muscle of the urinary bladder to contract. Another action potential from the sensory neuron will be sent out to spinal cord to the motor cortex of the cerebrum. From there, another action potential with motor input will be sent to another motor neuron to stimulate the opening of urinary sphincter, and there are two urinary sphincter. There is an internal sphincter, which is a sphincter closest to the urinary bladder that's composed of smooth muscle and under involuntary control, and an external sphincter, which is under voluntary control. So, as the smooth muscles that line the urinary bladder contract the sphincters, the urinary sphincters is relaxed and open, allowing urine to pass through into the urethra. And then components of urinary system. Number 2, ureters. There are two tubes that drain urine from the kidneys to the bladder, and each is a muscular tube about 10 inches or 25 centimeters in length and 3 millimeters in diameter. Next, urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is the organ that collects urine excreted by the kidneys prior to disposal by urination. It is a hollow muscular and distensible or elastic organ and sits on the pelvic floor. Urinary bladder can hold approximately 17 to 18 ounces or 500 to 530 milliliters of urine. Next, urethra. Urethra is a tube which connects the urinary bladder to the outside of the body, and the function is to remove urine from the body through urination. It measures about 1,5 inches or 3,8 centimeters in a woman, but up to 8 inches or 20 centimeters in a man. Next, the common diseases of the excretory system. Number 1, kidney stones or nephrolithiasis is hard masses that form in the urinary tract from crystals that have separated from the urine. Causes from dietary factors and recurrent UTI. The symptoms are extreme pain, cramping in the back and lower abdomen, nausea, and vomiting. This is the picture of kidney stones. Next, urinary tract infection or UTI. UTI is a bacterial infection that affects part of the urinary tract. The causes are bacteria from the bowel that live on the skin near the rectum or in the vagina, and sexual intercourse, and waiting too long to urinate. The symptoms are painful urination, frequent urination or urge to urinate or pout, fever, and flank pain. Next, acne. Acne is kind of skin disorder that occurs when the oil glands in the skin, such as affected by bacteria. The causes is hormone changes. Most acne form on the face, neck, back, chest, and shoulders. Next, athlete's foot or Tania pedis. Tania pedis is fungal infection of the skin, occurs between the toes, and caused by fungi in the genus Trichopiton. The symptoms are various degree of itching, of burning, blister, and cracked skin. Next, bladder cancer. Bladder cancer is a type of malignancy arising from epithelial lining of the urinary bladder. The causes are smoking, chemical exposures, improper diet. The symptoms are blood in the urine, frequent urination, and feeling the need to urinate without results. Thank you. Now, you must make a group by 3 students for each group. Group 1 are Alif, Desi, and Listia, and then group 2 are Sinta, Hayatin, and Laras. This is the worksheet, and you must do your experiment and then answer the question in your worksheet. This experiment title is urine test. The purpose is to find out the urine content. Equipment and material are morning urine, pH meter, test tubes, measuring glass, pipettes, burette, and Benedict. The procedures are: number 1, prepare urine that has been collected in the morning. Number 2, measure the urine pH using a pH meter, recording urine pH. Number 3, transferring urine to the test tube using a measuring cup as much as 2 milliliters. And number 4, giving burette into the test tube as much as 5 drops, and then observing changes in color. Number 5, transfer urine once more to the test tubes using a measuring cup as much as 2 milliliters. Number 6, giving Benedict into the test tube as much as 5 drops. Number 7, heat the test tube containing urine that dropped Benedict until it boils and observing changes in color, and then record the result of observation. If you need some help, you can call me. After you do your experiment and do your worksheet, please group 1 present the result of your experiment, and then group 2.
Thank you for the time that has given to me. I am Alif Alia from group 1, and after we do our experiments, we can answer the discussion. Well, question number 1. Based on the data obtained, make an analysis. And our analysis: if dark yellow urine indicates the owner of urine consumes vitamins, seen from the pH of the urine is still normal, that pH is 6. After the urine is dropped by burette, its color is green, means does not contain protein. And if the urine that is dropped by Benedict and heated is not red brick, it means the urine does not contain glucose. Next question number 2. If urine with blue or purple violet drops refilled what? And if the urine is dripped with Benedict and heated brick red, what? And our answer? If the urine dropped by burette is blue or purple, it indicates the urine is containing protein. And if the urine dropped by Benedict and heated is red brick, it indicates urine contains glucose. Well, for the last question, number 3. Based on the question number 2, what is the solution or conclusion for the problem? And our answer, there is no color change. It indicates that the urine is normal. I think enough, miss.
Well, thank you for the time that has given to me. I am Tania from Group 2, and after we do our experiment, we can answer the discussion. The first question, based on the data obtained, make an analysis. Our answer, the urine is pale. The power of hydrogen of the urine is 4, that is acid. After the urine is dropped by burette, its color is green, means it doesn't contain protein. Urine that is dropped by Benedict and heated is red brick, means it contains glucose. Number 2, if urine with blue or purple burette drops refill what? And if the urine is dripped with Benedict and heated brick red what? Our answer, if the urine dropped by burette is blue or purple, it indicates urine is containing protein, and if urine dropped by Benedict and heated is red brick, it indicates urine contains glucose. Number 3, based on question number 2, what is the solution or conclusion for the problem? Our answer is, there is a change in the color of urine to brick red. It indicates that urine contains glucose. Then the person must reduce food that contain carbohydrates.
Okay, after your presentation the result of your experiment, maybe one of you want to deliver the difference of the result of group 1 and group 2. Maybe Alif from group 1? Yes? Okay.
From the result of our experiment, there is a difference in my group and Sinta's group. Normal urine has pH 6 to 7 and abnormal urine has a pH that is acid. If there is a change in the color of urine to brick red, it indicates that urine contains glucose. If there is no color change, it indicates that the urine is normal.
Okay, after you do your experiment, we can conclude that the normal urine has pH 6 until 7 and abnormal urine has pH that is acid. And then if the urine contains glucose, we must reduce food that contain carbohydrates. Okay guys, group 1 and group 2 do great today. Thank you. Any question? No? Okay, Alhamdulillah. I think enough for today. Before we close, let's pray together. Finish. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.